No, we are not at the volcano. Sorry about that. My name is Valur Grettisson. I'm an editor-in-chief at Reykjavík Grapevine, and welcome back to our Reykjavík Newscast. We're here at the big pond in the center of Reykjavík, and we are going to tell you the news. And I'm also going to tell you exactly why we are not at the volcano. You could probably guess why, but we'll keep it for the suspense. Before we start, I just wanted to tell you about our High Five Club. We have actually reached our 1,000 people, like 1,000 memberships in our High Five Club, which is incredibly valuable, and thank you for that. That was our goal in the beginning, and the goal was basically to have 1,000 people in our membership, and my goal was also for YouTube to have 10,000 subscribers, which is, we went a little bit all in there, overboard if you will, but we still want to basically invite you because we are having an AMA on Friday, or Ask Me Anything, where it's always me and Auntie Sophia Fontaine, which is my news editor, and we always go like meet our viewers or fans or whoever want to learn about Iceland in this chat, and we spend like 1 hour just talking about everything and nothing, and it's always incredibly fun. So you can find this, of course, in the link below. It's like the Elbow Club and I'm such a bad capitalist. I never remember. Yeah, High Five something. Wait, it's High Five Club. Artist tried to tell me something. Anyways, he'll cut it out, however it will be. So, also, remember our absolutely beautiful sponsors, einstökbeer.com. This is our beer, and it's sublime, trust me. It's very nice, especially like for the cold weather. So if you're if it's starting to be a fall in wherever you are, then please get Einstök. If not, then just do it also. Yeah, enough of capitalism. To the news, right? Hi. Volcanoes. We have a lot of them, you know that. Let's just start with the one that is active now. The volcano at Fagradalsfjall, or in Geldingadalir, it was off for 8 days. We thought it was, once again, we thought it was over. It's like, it's teasing us, literally. And the thing is, on the 8th day, or last Saturday, it became, it erupted again, if you will. But it was, of course, always erupting. But it found its way out of the tunnels and up. The reason it wasn't erupting is simple, and I actually told you this the last time, is because the magma had the stone was hard in the bottom of the crater, so it couldn't push up. But now it's up, and it's more spectacular than ever. But it happened on Saturday, and I was actually playing football with against publishers, with writers in Iceland, which was brilliant. We won, by the way, 6-3. We killed them basically. But the thing is that, of course, we couldn't visit it on Saturday, so we were going to go on Sunday. But we had the reminiscence of this, what do we call it, like a hurricane, which was in the US the other day. So we have that now. It's much better now, but it was really bad on Sunday. So we couldn't really go. They closed everything off, and so that was just basically it. And then we are, of course, going to go yesterday, but we also have some work to do, and we were going to go today, but the weather is not good. It's always okay here because we're in the center of Reykjavík, but the thing is that the moment you go outside of the city, you will feel the true wrath of the weather in Iceland. But Art managed actually to go, because Art is, well, people do not know much about Art, but I can tell you this. He used to be a soldier, which is absolutely incredible. Conte? And not only that, but he was a soldier in the Eastern Bloc in Europe in the 80s and 90s, 80s. He is basically the toughest guy I know. So when he heard there was a storm, he was like, whatever. He basically just went straight up to the volcano, and because he wanted to get the dawn there. And he got this incredible footage for you, which, Polly, come on. Lazy. Got it? Polly, got it? Yeah. Let's go here. So, Art actually, the soldiers, he ventured into the nastiest weather you can find in Iceland for the longest time, and got this footage for you. And of course, he got very wet, and it was a life-threatening situation, and no one should do this. But he got the photos, so I mean, enjoy that. Also, the volcano at Fagradalsfjall is not the only one that is, well, it's the only one that is active. But we have other volcanoes that volcanologists are a little bit, I wouldn't say worried about, but they think that will go off. First, there is Askja. And Askja is in the northeast of Iceland. It erupted the last time in 1961. It erupts like 3 times or something like that in a century. And it's time, basically, for that to go off now. The reason that they are paying very close attention to it is because the land is rising. It's risen around 7 centimeters, which is a lot when it comes to any land. This means that there have been declared by the civil defense in Iceland, they have declared the area as an emergency situation. But it's similar like in the US, it's mostly just for they respond like the police, the search and rescue teams, the Coast Guard and everyone, just to like have the authority to talk together and do stuff together, whatever they do. So it's a technicality. But it means that they are paying a lot close attention, and it's something serious. Another volcano, though, is of course Hekla. Hekla is she's very quite different from other volcanoes in Iceland, because we often know a little bit beforehand when the volcanoes are going off. But Hekla is not one of those. She just goes off like nothing, and she explodes very, very suddenly. Like the smallest indications that happens around that area means that it causes a concern. Right now there's a concern because the waters are going down there, like in the rivers and everything. At the same time we have a lot of rain. So people around say this is odd, perhaps this is Hekla. But the volcanologists have said, well, Hekla goes off, it takes like a very rapid it goes off like every 10 years for a period of time, and then it rests for around 50 years. And now we're 30 years into this 50-year time, so it's not very likely that it will go off. But we have another volcano, yeah, right. And this volcano is in Ljósufjöll. It's like the mountains of light, which are in the Snæfellsnes. And there has been some activity going on there, and that could be interesting if that was horrible. Could be interesting to have a volcano in Snæfellsnes. There are huge, as you can see, the weather will change now like every 5 minutes, so you can see how schizophrenic this weather in Iceland can be. Yay. So, Ljósufjöll, they are not that concerned about it. If it will go off, and it has gone off 20 times since Ice Age, 20, 30 times, it will not happen this year. But there is definitely a lot of seismic activity in Iceland right now. Okay. So, enough of volcanoes. We are now into the gathering restrictions. We are down up to 500 in gathering restrictions. It was announced just today. This is because everything has been going absolutely fine. It's actually perfect. There's a shelter around here. So we just walk very fast there. What does the soldier say? Art. So, this is harder than you think. So, about this, where was I? Yeah, COVID. COVID is going really well. Well, we have 6 people in the hospital though. There are 2 in critical care, which is it's hardly like an emergency situation, but of course it's always really bad that anybody is actually at the hospital. 3 of course died in the last wave, which is almost down to nothing. We're having we went down to 15 cases in one day, but we are most usually around 20 to 30 cases per day. This is not that much, especially because it's very optional to have masks in Iceland. You can go to any store and it's basically up to you if you want to have the mask or not, wear the mask. And the only reason would of course be if you have any symptoms, if you cough a lot or whatever, of course you wear the mask. It's like 50-50, many Icelanders don't even bother. I'm always now forgetting the mask, and it's becoming much more loose than before. At the same time, everything feels much safer, and we are not that concerned about COVID in general, especially when this news came. Also, it's interesting that we can have up to 1,500 people gathering. Now, let's go here. We can have up to 1,500 people in gathering as long as we have this rapid, what do you call it? John Pearson was trying to explain this to me. Yeah, rapid antigen tests. I don't even know what the antigen means, but rapid test, right? This means that we can have bigger events, concerts, whatever. Of course, there are rules. They often take our social security numbers down. Keep in mind, in Iceland, social security number is like, we use it for everything. We even used it to rent a videotape, like VHS at the time. So it's like it's a very good way to track everyone down, and a very nice, efficient system. But yeah, that's like we are basically good when it comes to COVID, and I dare to say, and just I hope time will not prove me wrong, which is almost always the case when it comes to COVID, that this will basically be over in Iceland a month from now. How it's been going, it seems that because everyone is vaccinated, that it feels like this is not a headache at all. It's also interesting, for example, for companies like us, it's the first time, I think, in 18 months we could literally just make plans, just think a month ahead, instead of like you have a plan and then like COVID just it's upside down like a month from there. So we are very optimistic. We're also doing quite good because of you, of course. In the end, there is one more news. There was a freak accident in Spain. It's like, if it wasn't this serious, it would almost be funny. Not fun, funny. But there was this people in their 40s. They were at this hotel in Tenerife in Spain, Icelandic people. And there was like a crown of the top of the palm tree. I think it's called a crown, right? And that fell down straight to this group of people, Icelandic people, and there were 5 women injured. Of them, there were 3 seriously injured. 2, seriously injured. And this is quite grave. And not only that, there were some scrupulous. I don't know. Anyways, there were some thieves that actually came where they lay and they were hurt, and they stole their phones. So this is like a very sad moment. Very sad. It's a sad incident, but it seems to be quite serious, and we're hoping that the people will. Nobody's that like badly injured, but we have to see. This just came in today. So, a little bit about the politics. We're having elections. It's not much to say about it, to be honest. The elections are in Iceland right now. I'm not sure if it's the same in other countries. I haven't just really looked, but it feels like the elections after this COVID is just going to be boring, to be honest. There are 3 parties in the coalition. It's the Progressive Party, the Independence Party, and the Left Greens. They are quite different. There is like the Left Greens are very different from the other parties, but of course the Progressive Party and Independence Party have often worked together. They seem to it seems like they will keep the powers They are polling just fine. They're not missing that much. The biggest news perhaps is the Socialist Party. Who would have figured that in 2021 we would have a Socialist Party in Iceland? That's something that Icelanders have not been connecting with a lot throughout the years, but I think it's like the effects from American politics when you have like this American version of socialism. I'm not sure if young people understand completely what that was, but not that I'm hating it. I mean, there is of course a very socialistic democracy, for example, in Iceland. But this party has been polling quite well, and they are new in this run, but they are up to 8% when they were at the highest, and they are at the lowest. They're around like 6%. So they are having they could have like 3 to 5 MPs, but there are a lot of parties that are also running. We have like around 10 parties. And all of them, except one, are polling with MPs, which with members, they will get members on the parliament, which is very different because just 10 years ago, we only had 4 parties, or like 4 to 5 parties, and there was it was not this lively, and we always had 2 parties in coalition, but now we always had at least 3. So that's basically it for the news. I have to throw now a lot for her, because I always forget when I'm talking. Yeah, I got this disc, by the way, from Mike Richards. Thank you for that. We've been using it a lot, me and Polly. It's absolutely brilliant, as you can see. Vera. So, thanks for watching. Please remember, of course, our High Five Club and, of course, our AMA on Friday. And also, if you want to ask us questions and participate in this, you have to go into these clubs and you can actually participate in this meeting on Friday. And of course, remember, einstök, or unique, like it's in English. Okay. Mira, you should actually watch the video from Volcano, which is after this, I guess.